Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Take Away with Avenue 88, where we share insights on the real estate industry. I'm Jason.
Luis.
I'm Benny.
I'm Chantel.
So in our last podcast, if you're following us, we actually gave an overview of the new project launches in 2025. And if you're one of the buyers that actually missed out on the wave, don't worry, because what we are going to happen today, we are going to share on some of the good buys that are still available for sale in the post-launch. So what do I mean by post-launch? Which means that the project has been launched probably like 1 or 2 years ago, and there's still remaining units out there. And why the units are still doing well in terms of performance, because developers are actually dangling some discounts out there. So let's go into that. So what we'll do is that each of us will be discussing about 2 units in a project of our choice that is worth looking at.
Yep.
So before we dive right in, please remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel for latest property updates and news. So I'm going to touch on the Continuum first. So this project is actually a joint venture between Hoi Hub and Sunway Developments. So it's actually located in the RCR region in District 15 that was launched around 2023. So location-wise, right, it's actually smack in between. It's actually at Tiam Siu Avenue. So it's between Tanjong Katong Road and Head Road, which are Continuum being in the middle. So a long time we have not heard of this about new launches that this is actually a freehold development. Okay, so there are a total of 816 units, quite a decently sized project, comprising of 1 to 5 bedroom units. And as of the date of this shoot, there were actually 18 units sold in 1 week.
Wow.
So at this point in time, right, units are actually moving very fast for Continuum. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 unique selling points for Continuum project. So it's a freehold development in prime District 15 locality. It's going to TOP in about a year time. So we are looking at, say, just another year of me if you are staying with your parents or renting out there, just another year to go. And as of the date of this shoot, developer is actually giving up to 261,000 worth of discount.
Wow.
Wow.
This is really
A lot,
amazing as
a
a
lot.
6-digit sum. But of course, this is while stock lasts. So let's hope that you hear us soon and get in touch with us. if
Is
you
this
are-
the same reason why you are recommending this project?
Definitely. Discount number
What a
1.
discount.
This is a very
Discounts.
Singapore kind of thing. Okay, so the first unit I'm going to talk about is for homestay. So it's actually at level 12, just slightly above 3 mil at 3.126 mil for a 3-bedroom premier layout with a size of 1066 square feet. And PSF works out to be under 3,000 PSF for a freehold development at only 2932 PSF. So let's look at the floor plan. You can see that the bedroom sizes are all generous, with a spacious master bedroom, and both common bedrooms are able to house a queen-size bed comfortably. All bathrooms also have a window for natural ventilation, and an enclosed kitchen with a window, not just at the yard area, but a glass-up area near to the dining space to give it an open feel. And this unit not only have a bomb shelter for your helper with a maid's bathroom outside, but it also has an extra storage space. So if your helper is housing in the bomb shelter, you can actually use the storage space to store your luggages and stuff. And once again, all units in Continuum are all north-south facing, so this unit is the same with no afternoon sun. And due to the gap on the left-hand side, as you can see, you can have some pool view of a neighbouring project. So I personally think that this is a decently bite-sized 3 mil plus for a very good layout, 3-bed and 3 bathrooms, and overall a very typical condo-like layout, which is very suitable for homestay for a Singapore family. What do I mean by typical? Bedrooms able to fit a queen-size bed, you have an enclosed kitchen, windows in all bathrooms, a bomb shelter, and an extra storage space. And nearby resale freehold developments are already pricing higher and much older, at least 10 to 15 years old. And further to that, I'm comparing this unit being a high floor unit and not even a low floor option. So for young and small families, for homestay, I strongly believe this is a choice unit.
Yeah.
So the second unit is going to be for investment. So audiences may be thinking that, am I going to recommend a 1-bedder? No, I'm not. Am I recommending a 2-bedder? Sadly, I can't because it's fully sold in Continuum. I'm actually going to recommend a 3-bedder unit for investment. So the unit in question is a unit on the level 18. It's priced below 3 mil, even cheaper than the unit that I was mentioning about at 2.88 mil for a
Very
3-bedroom.
attractive price.
After a $86,000 discount for a 3-bedroom, 1076 square feet. So you hear me right, we are not looking at anything compact, lower size than that. It's 1076 square feet. And the PSF is really very interesting. It works out to be under 3,000 PSF, and it's actually much lower for freehold development at 2677 PSF.
Wow.
Price is really attractive.
Yeah. Very
attractive
Below
PSF.
3,000 per square foot freehold and District
That
15.
is
District
correct.
15 known as the second prime district
Yes,
in
correct,
Singapore.
correct. So
Yeah.
this is really one of the choice unit for investors out there. So now let's look at the floor plan. And I know this is the compact 3-bedroom due to the layout, but it is surely livable with 3 sizable bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I really like the dumbbell layout, which is very rare for 3 bedrooms, by giving privacy for parents and their kids. And bedroom 3 though is a bit smaller, but with some renovations, I believe your child is young enough, can fit into a kid's bed, having a study desk and still having a full height wardrobe. Else definitely good enough for a guest room or spacious work from home office. And at this size, there is still a sizable storage room. So most people thinking that this size, I can't even squeeze a storeroom, but there is still a storeroom for all your barang-barang. Okay. Kitchen-wise, though, it doesn't have a window, but it's tucked into this corner over here, and you can actually enclose it up. And once again, direct north-south facing with no afternoon sun. And due to its floor height, as I mentioned, on the 18th floor, and the gap on the left, you can have some nice open views of the city looking towards the northern part of Singapore. Pricing wise, at 2.88, it's really very comparable to the nearby resale freehold 3-bedder units. And further to that, as mentioned, this is a high floor unit. We are not using a low floor unit in Continuum. We are using a high floor unit as comparison. So quantum wise, compared to the other resale units, give this unit space for future capital growth because they are actually buying lower than the resale counterparts out there. And if you want to rent this out to expats, you can open up the pool of tenants, not just families. You can actually look out to renting to a single, a couple with a kid, a couple with 2 kids. I think it's still doable. And one must always remember that in District 15, right, it has always been very popular with expats and families to live in this area due to the proximity to the beach, shopping mall, and yet not too far from city life. So we are expecting very good supply of tenant pool and very positive rentability. I'm estimating the rental for this unit after TOP to be probably around 7,000 plus. So that gives you pretty decent yield. And as of the date of this shoot, this is the cheapest 3-bedder available unit in the Continuum. So really must snatch. And lastly, Continuum is nearly 82% sold with 150 units left. So still got chance. 150 buyers out there, they are looking. There is still chance for you to buy something at Continuum.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. Since Jason have already touched on the other on the east side, so I will share about my recommendation on the west side. But it's also the west side of East Coast. All right.
West Coast.
Yeah. So it's on District 21. It's on District 21. And the two RCR project that buyers are looking to buy for their own stay or investment, they are both situated side by side, surrounded by the landed enclave. All right. The first project that I want to recommend is PineTree Hill. Okay. So this is a RCR project, District 21, located at the Pine Grove along the Ulu Pandan Road. Okay, so although the name Ulu is like remote, but it's actually not remote because of the fact that they have already a lot of redevelopment and there's also very near to the One Holler Village as well. It is 99 years leasehold and comprises of 3 blocks of 24 story, 520 units. And this is a non-harmonized project. So it is developed by UOL and is launched in July 2023. So the expected TOP, hear me out, this is another less than a year from now. So it's on the 3rd quarter of 2026. So it's definitely good for people who are looking to upgrade. And at the same time, you don't have to really rent a place if you want to buy into this project. So as of the day of shooting, the project has also sold more than 91%. Okay, so the unique selling point of this project is that this is 88% of its land that is catered for mainly the landscaping. So only 12% is actually allocated for the residential blocks. And to give you some context, when you compare with other new launches this year, right? So another project in the east is Grand Diamond. So Grand Diamond is in District 15 and it has the similar size of 271,000 square feet of land. And there are 1,008 units over there. So that's roughly translating to about 270 square feet common space per unit. Okay, so this is definitely much more spacious for PineTree Hill as because there's only 520 units.
More space to go around.
Yes. So I was there in the show flat, so I can feel literally that, you know, the space over there is really catered for local family. So all the units are situated on a direct I would say pure north or south orientation, so it will lead to a better ventilation and also providing a better view from the each of the units as well. Okay, and lastly, the project actually, like I mentioned earlier, it will TOP so earlier by next year third quarter. So it also means that from a potential buyer's point of view, you don't have to rent a place and you can literally move in immediately.
Waiting time is shorter.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. You have lesser waiting time. So the projects that I want, the units type I want to recommend for investment purpose is more of the 2-bedroom premium. Okay, and so this 2-bedroom premium comes with an enclosable kitchen as you come in. From the from the balcony side, it also offers a direct north orientation overlooking the Clementi Forest view. So this is definitely if you are on the 5th floor and above. So for the 2-bed 2-bath units, right? It has basically okay. The only downside or drawback is that there's no bathroom. All right, so there's no windows.
No
Windows in the bathroom.
No bathroom.
Windows in the bathroom. So
Yeah.
obviously, in that sense, it can be a drawback to some buyers, but it's also very common to many of the buyers nowadays when they go to visit any of the show flats as well. All right, and of course, all the units, all the bedrooms are tucked on one side, so it actually allows a typical, condo layout as well. Okay, the 2-bed 2-bath, I'm recommending the starting price is from 2.064 million. So it's translate into about 2,644 per square foot. So this is the size of a 775 square feet and it's a non-harmonized project. All right. And the next project, the next unit type I want to recommend mainly for own stay, okay, is this 3-bedroom premium plus study. So this is a unit where it's mainly built for families. So you can actually use it as a, consider as a 3 plus study. It's almost like a 4-bedroom, obviously, because the study room is actually quite decent size. Over this project, right, one of the key selling difference is that a lot of the 4 bedrooms are actually sold first. So which means that you can see a lot of the buyers actually buy into this project is mainly the bigger units. And that's why to date, all the 4 bedrooms are all fully sold. Okay, so this is the next bigger unit you can consider. And the 3-bedroom unit, I'm recommending the starting price is from 2.98 million and with the size of 1,216 square feet. Very comfortable layout. So from the floor plan itself, as you can see, you walk into the living hall. So it has a proper balcony space and also the dining area that can sit up to 6 to 8 people. Okay, and in the kitchen itself, it's an enclosed kitchen. It has a proper function yard area, and also from the fact that this is also with a home shelter at the back, so they have a maids. You can use as a makeshift of a maids room. All right, and of course, all the bedrooms itself is stuck at one corner. The purpose is that they all enjoy the same view as the living room, which is overlooking the forest. All right, so this is all greenery view. So that's why all the rooms will enjoy the same view. Yeah. And of course, this unit itself, at this point of recording, there are only last 31 units, okay, for a 3-bed plus study, and the 2 bedrooms only left with 2 units. So basically this project has almost sold 91%. So that's why I personally would think that this is for people who looking to upgrade right now. Okay, so the next project I want to share is Nava Grove. So this is just beside PineTree Hill, okay, and it's also a RCR District 21, located at Pine Hill Grove as well. Okay, and this also comprises 3 blocks of 24-story, same level, and it has a slightly higher, more units. It is 552 units. So the difference of this project and the other Pine Hill Tree is because this project is a harmonized project. So for the in terms of the size, right, it could be smaller. All right, but generally it's about the same because if you plus minus all the harmonized calculation, and this is developed by MCL and Cinemas Land, which is a Indonesian developer. Yeah, so this is launched in November 2024. Expected TOP is on the fourth quarter of 2028. So as of this shooting as well, this is also about 91% sold. So you can see that both projects actually have equal amount of units sold after 2 years. Three of the key selling point. Okay, this one they also emphasize on a lot of the landscaping. So you can see that the 80-20, this project also adopt a 80-20 concept. 20% is used for residential, 80% is dedicated for the designing the landscaping area, surrounded by all the natural landmark. Such as Clementi Forest, Dover Forest, and also the rail corridor, and development is basically really blend in together with the lush green environment. So it's really more for the natural lovers. Then secondly is also the strong education belt. So obviously if you know of this location, it is surrounded by all the educational institutions. So it's within 1 km to Henry Park and Pei Tong Primary School. Okay, and it is also close to Ngee Poly and Singapore Poly. So and also the NUS.
Very good schools nearby.
All good schools nearby, and in fact, if you are staying here, you don't have to move around because your kids can actually grow up there and study
Primary,
around the
secondary,
nearby
poly,
school.
and unis.
Yeah, exactly.
All the way.
So efficient layout. The third one is actually the efficient layout with all the storerooms. So all the units layout are actually regular, efficient, and really thoughtfully planned. So each unit actually comes with its own storeroom for extra convenience. So for my recommendation for this project, it still have 2 bedrooms and a 4-bedroom unit for own stay or investment. So the majority of the buyers actually, if you are buying into this area, are mainly family. And from my experience, right, because like the education hubs they are surrounded by all the educational institutions. So most of the buyers actually buy here, they typically will stay between 10 to 15 years. All right. And of course, if you are looking at a 2-bedroom, as a young couple to start with, there is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, with the starting price of 1.96 million. And the size is around 700 square feet. Okay, and this is a dumbbell layout with a bedroom on each side, and it allows space efficiency. It comes with a very efficient kitchen space that allows the flexibility to enclose it as well. Okay, it also comes with a storage cabinet beside the entrance. Okay, that would actually create extra convenience as well. So the only slight drawback, like I think already mentioned, is the toilet without the windows. Like I say, it's a very common thing. Okay, for the next unit is a 4-bedroom. Okay, and this 4-bedroom, I would personally suggest that if you are talking about buying for own stay or investment, if you have the budget, you can actually consider either one, because there is one type which is a 4-bedroom pure premium, and the other type is a 4-bedroom dual key. Okay, so I will touch on the dual key first. So the dual key is actually more of a strong option if you have a growing up child, because you may not need the 4th room yet. All right, so you can actually choose as a dual key concept that you can convert one of the junior master to be a 1-bedroom studio and a 3-bedroom plus study as your own family use, own occupied unit. All right. And this unit, right, is actually comes properly with a dry and wet kitchen as well for the other side of the 3-bedroom. And the starting price for this is 3.537 million, which translates to 2,416 per square foot. So this is about on the 2nd floor, but it's overlooking the pool view.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, so in fact, not forgetting, this is also a harmonized project. So roughly the total size before harmonized should be looking at around 1,560 square feet.
It's a pretty comfortable size for a 4-bedroom.
So for my suggestion, why I propose this as an investment is because that 1-bedroom studio can potentially rent out, okay, for around 2,008 to 3,000 over there, and it could also offset your mortgage by 22 to 28%. Okay, so if I do a proper calculation, if this price, if you are taking a 75% of the loan, is around 10,800, but minus off this rental, you are only paying about 7,000, 8,000, 7 to $8,000 per month. So it's actually quite usable, quite good. So next time, if you decide to sell the house, right, you can reconfigure it back into a 4-bedroom.
That's right.
And then you sell it as together as a 4-bedroom. Yeah, so the price will still be very strong or resilient for a 4-bedroom. So at this point of recording, there are only 2 units left for the 2-bedroom.
Wow.
Okay, 5 units left for the 4-bedroom premium, and the 90 and only like 19 units left for the 4-bedroom plus study, which is the dual key. All right.
Okay, so thank you, Louis. The project that I will be recommending next is actually a project that wasn't launched too long ago, and it's Bloomsbury Residences, and this is in District 5 in the RCR region.
Yeah.
So it's developed by Qingjian, and this was launched back in, I think it's 12th of April 2025. There's total 3 blocks, 358 units consisting of 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. So on launch day itself, developers actually moved slightly more than 25%, about 90 units in total, and the average launch price was at 2,474 per square foot. So among the variation, right, the 2 bedrooms are the most popular, most numbers sold, and actually it makes up more than 70% of the total sales. So this isn't surprising because the starting price of the 2 bedrooms actually starts around 1.37 million.
No, once again,
Yeah,
very
so
affordable.
it hits a very sweet spot for buyers who are actually looking for like RCR projects, city fringe, and with strong rental potential, because we all know that that place is a metropolis,
Correct.
a working
That's
area
right.
with a lot of working professionals. So among the sales, right, interestingly, there's also the largest penthouse unit that was being sold at 2,007 per square foot, and this actually makes it one of the top transactions in year 2025.
Yes.
Yeah. So interestingly, what makes Bloomsbury sellable, or what is attractive about Bloomsbury? First of all, I think if you move into this area, it's about the first mover advantage, because there are not many projects in this precinct itself. You only have like One North Eden, One North Residences, the Hill at One North, Blossoms by the Park, and Rochester Residences. It's about, like, if I count using my hand, it's just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 only, including Bloomsbury is the 6th project. So, like I mentioned earlier, huge working population in this vicinity itself. Lots of commercial building, because back in the past, I think this area was mainly known as a commercial site. But after the government actually relooked at the master plan, it's actually further planned out for residential component as well. So this is an entirely new area, and the address is at Media Circle. So Media Circle is actually just getting started.
Yeah.
Aside from Bloomsbury Residences, the same developer Qingjian and 4C had already secured another land parcel nearby, which is Media Circle Parcel A, at the land rate is of roughly 13% lower than Bloomsbury. So this will be a high-rise 2-block project with about 220 or 225 units and commercial spaces on the ground level. So another attractive point about Bloomsbury is that the facilities are actually superb. Those who
Yes,
have visited the
very
show flat
pretty.
will be attracted by the facilities.
Yeah.
And most of the units actually, you get unblocked views of the black and white conservation
That's right.
houses, the greenery, which is really hard to come by in Singapore these days. So for that, I'm actually sold, because I'm a view person. So another interesting or even attractive selling point for this project is the developer itself, Qingjian. So Qingjian has been in the limelight for all the right reasons, like I feel recently, because they have consistently won multiple awards, and also they have actually developed quite a number of good projects, I feel, Jadescape being one of them. Other ECs like Bellwater and Tenet EC, which is TOP, Tenet in Tampines. So for my recommendation, because there's no studio or 1-bedroom layouts for this project, I'll recommend the bigger size unit, which probably you can look into if you're buying for own stay. So first of all, for the 3 bedrooms, while if you look at the site itself, Stack 5 for the 3-bedroom, right, does offer a good size layout of 980 square feet at below 2.5 million. But in terms of view, actually, I feel that this stack doesn't really enjoy the best of all, while it does get the pool view. Instead, if you have a slightly higher budget, I'll recommend Stack 12 at 1098 square feet. So this stack is actually southeast facing. No afternoon sun, fantastic unblocked views and fantastic unblocked views of almost the entire condo facility. So which means end to end, and you do get unblocked view of the black and white conservation houses from the reset estate, and also plenty of greenery. So at this point of recording, we still have level 4 and level 13 on stack 12 that's still available. Level 4 is at 2.762 million, level 13 at 2.873 million. So what I really like about this three bedroom layout, 3 bedrooms at Bloomsbury, is the landscape layout, which further enhances its unique selling point, because at any point in the house you actually get unblocked views. So secondly, for the 4 bedrooms, the 4 bedrooms are mainly the stack 8, 9, 17 and 20. So what I would recommend buying and looking at for these units are actually at stack 9 and stack 20, which is the 4 bedroom premium plus study. So stack 9, there's only one unit remaining, 1409, and this is a southeast facing unit. This is actually listed at 3.037 million. So actually just slightly above 3 million. And stack 20 units from 6th floor and above, which is also slightly above 3 million, and this is northeast facing, also no afternoon sun, and all these units actually get unblocked view, like I mentioned earlier. So to end off my recommendations on Bloomsbury residences, right now at this point of recording, Bloomsbury residences have already sold 267 units, which is about close to 75%. And there are still about 18 units left for the 2 bedrooms. But I personally feel that the larger size, like 3 and 4 bedroom units, are worth looking at, because this is driven by their attractive price, entry price of about 2005 to 2006 per square foot. And also, like what I keep emphasizing, is the superb landscape layout, because you do enjoy very good view from all your bedrooms, living, dining. And it's interesting to know that how this whole media circle area is going to turn out to be, this whole redevelopment. Because One North Business Park, Media Police Precinct, is traditionally zoned for business park users, officers, R&D, media and technology. So due to rising demands and housing and limited supply in this area itself, the URA actually proposed like rezoning certain parcels in the media circle from business park, changing it to residential. So it's quite interesting that you take a look at this area, and also to take a look at this project itself also.
Right.
Yeah.
For those of you who are looking for new projects with low quantum, then Canberra Crescent Residences is a good consideration. Okay, so this is where you can find the most affordable 3 and 4 bedroom, right, among all the new launch private condos. And for those of you who have missed out on like EC units, right, you can actually consider Canberra Crescent, because that's where you can leverage more with your TDRSR instead of MSR. Like you can actually loan more to buy. So with that, let me share more. Okay, so Canberra Crescent Residence is actually located in the region of the OCR, District 27. Obviously, with its address, right, is pretty kind of near Canberra MRT station. I would say you have to walk maybe about 15 minutes. But you can maybe take a bus out. So tenure wise, 99 years. Total 376 units. Is developed by Keng Leong and also Low King Huat, which is two very renowned developers for doing high-end projects. So I think it's interesting that we have these two developers, because I think they really add a touch of luxury to this project. And I revisited the show flat, and I must say that if you go and see the site model, right, it's really quite impressive. Like it really has a class of its own that I think especially for if you have a family and you want your kids, right, to play in a very nice environment, right, the pool is super impressive. So okay, so let me go into like the unique selling point. In terms of the 3 unique selling point, this project is, like I mentioned just now, lowest price full condo facilities built by renowned developer as of now of recording is the lowest price. And then this project itself is also the newest of its cluster in the Canberra area. And also actually Canberra is a very interesting area. Like it is a growing region, right, with a lot of improving infrastructure. Like I think along the years, the government has built a lot of new things. For example, like there is this sports place called, I think, Bukit Canberra, and it's like a sports complex that has got like hawker center and all the sports complexes and swimming pools. And then also, if you were to visit like the URA master plan, right, you will see that the URA actually have plans to also develop the Sembawang shipyard area, which is really not too far off from this Canberra Crescent area. So I think in the next 10 to 15 years, right, we are going to see a lot of transformation that's going to happen to that area. So I think a lot of good things that you can look forward to. And generally, like, because it's a new area, right, so if you visit there, you will find that the streets are actually quite wide. Like, they make it quite friendly for cycling and walking. And like, although I'm very used to living in the central area, but every time when I go to Canberra, I also think to myself, hey, this place is very livable. Like when I'm walking around, I'm like, oh, it's a very livable place. So I would say that, let's say if your work or your life is in the north, right, I think this is good news for you, because you do get a lot of value for a project like this. So okay, going into more about the project. So if you look at the site plan, right, there's actually a good segregation of the lap pool and the family and children pool area to segregate different needs. So I think the developer is very smart, because if you look at the plot size, it's an L shape. So the developer is very smart, right, to put like the kind of like the noisy stuff, like the family pool and children pool, right, on one side, and then the residential area is on another side. And with this, right, they maximize the unblocked views on one side, and then on another side where the residential block is, right, they also actually cater for another lap pool. So they actually separated like the family children playing area, and then from like maybe for some people who want to do serious lap swimming, you actually can still do your proper lap swimming. So I feel that in terms of facilities wise, it's very well thought out for this land size. Yeah. So in terms of units that I'm recommending, so right now we are left with the 3 and 4 bedrooms. And as I mentioned, right, so for people who might miss out on EC units, right, you can consider this project, because in this project you still can find 3 bedroom that is about 1.5 mil plus. So to
that
be exact,
is very reasonably priced.
exactly. So like at 1.56 mil, you can actually get a 3-bedroom compact in Canberra Crescent. And then in terms of 4-bedroom wise, for as low as 2.18 mil, you can actually also get a pretty good size 4-bedroom as well. So let's take a closer look at the floor plan. So this first floor plan that I want to share, right, is a 3-bedroom compact unit. So as you can see, at about 1.5 mil plus, right, you can get this unit where first thing that I want to point out is that you will notice that there is quite a number of walls that is quite hackable. It's kind of like a dumbbell layout. So you have like bedroom 3 is on one side, and then there's another 2 more bedrooms on the other side. And what I like about this layout is really like, because when the walls are hackable, right, due to your changing lifestyle needs, you can always reconfigure the space. And I feel that this is a very good point, because as more buildings are being built using the PPVC method, you get lesser units with such flexibility to break down walls. So, and also it's good to note that for this layout, I think it's good for young couples. Let's say if it's your first home, it's a good place to start with. And then even for investors, let's say if you want to actually own a 3-bedroom at below 1.7 mil, then this is a very good entry price for you to go in. Like you can use it for own stay, you can rent it out to small families, or you can even like use it as a co-living kind of a rental. So there's a lot of flexibility with this layout. Usually for investors, right, they really like the dumbbell layout because it's very easy to segregate the spaces.
Correct.
Yeah.
Agree.
So this is the 3-bedroom compact. And with that, right, because if usually for people who are looking into the say OCR area, mostly for families. So let's say if you feel that I prefer a place where I can also have like a storage space or like a space for helper, right, then perhaps you can consider their 3-bedroom premium. So at around 2 mil plus kind of price, you can get a very proper 3-bedroom layout, which is about 990 square feet. And with this layout, right, you actually do get like a home shelter for storage. There is a wet and dry kitchen. There is also a study area, which I I suppose you can actually convert it to a helper's room if you want to, because for this layout itself, right, it actually comes with like 2 proper bathroom and also a helper's bathroom. So basically you have everything that you need. And in this layout, you also have got windows in all the bathroom as well, even the helper's bathroom.
Wow, nice.
So right, I think this is a very nice layout for the price that you pay. Can you imagine like actually below 2.2 mil, you can actually get a very proper space for family, and that is for their 3-bedroom premium. So now going into the 4-bedroom compact layout. So for this floor plan, this is the one that I mentioned at actually slightly less than 2.2 mil. You can actually get this 4-bedroom unit. Yeah. So as you can see from this floor plan here, that there is a, let's look at the living room area. You will spot that there is actually a study area. So this study area actually has got a wall, right, that is hackable. And if you want to have a landscape kind of living room, you can actually hack down the wall. So let's say, Benny, you are buying this unit over
Yes.
here, then you can hack down
Yes, the
that
landscape.
wall to
Landscape
get your
layout, always my
landscape
favorite.
living room. Yeah, and that is like not compromising your space in terms of you still have a very proper area of your wet and dry dining, wet and dry kitchen and proper dining area space. So I would say that for this 4-bedroom compact layout, right, you basically have everything that you need. It ticks the boxes of like 4 proper rooms that can easily fit in queen size bed, a home shelter, helper's bathroom, and also basically a very nice layout that you can reconfigure. And that is just their 4-bedroom compact. And let's say if you're feeling a little more luxurious, like you want to really go all out and like enjoy like even a more luxurious space, right, you can actually consider the 4-bedroom premium. So with a budget of about around 2.6 plus million, you can actually consider their 4-bedroom premium floor plan, which 4-bedroom layout. The 4-bedroom premium layout actually has got a very comfortable living area. So it's a landscape living room, and then with wet and dry kitchen also. And then the best part I feel, I would say that the ladies would like, is that the master room actually features a pretty spacious walk-in wardrobe area. Yeah,
Not just for ladies, I also like walking
guys,
wardrobe.
guys also like it, yeah. So like, and this is on top of a already spacious master room. Yeah, so I think in terms of this layout, right, it's actually really comfortable for families who wants to have the space to enjoy. And in terms of the price, it's really I think affordable, because with this budget, you probably can only get like maybe a more compact size, say in the RCR or CCR place. But if you want to consider this location, right, you can actually get a lot of value for what you pay for. Yeah, so what I can say is that for those of you who are looking for own stay home, right, within an affordable price range, Canberra Crescent actually offers really good options. And I think it's good for those who are looking for first home or for larger size home within an affordable range. Yeah, and as of now, right, this project is around 77% sold, with only a combine of 84 units left. So out of these 84 units, like for example, the compact 3-bedroom that I share, we are actually only have like 8 units, and then the compact 4-bedroom only 11 units. So I think if this is something that you find suitable, you probably have to act fast, yeah, and before it gets snapped out, yeah. So that will be all for my part.
Okay. Thank you everyone for watching to the end. If you're interested in any of the projects and the units that we mentioned, or if you're looking for any good lobangs out there, reach out to us. Alternatively, scan the QR code and you can actually have an overview of all the projects that we have to offer, and you can reach out to us and we'll be sharing with you the pros and cons of all individual projects. So once again, please do not forget to like, comment and share. Once again, thank you for joining us today at Takeaway with Avenue 8, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.